cloud series. Today I'll be talking about another concept called scaling. Basically, when you start building an application for the first time, what happens is that you have a limit to the number of users you're expecting to come to your application. So you usually provision little resources, say a 4 gig of memory and 8 gig of memory. But what happens is when your marketing guys do a very beautiful job of posting maybe that beautiful blog or posting your application in a very beautiful campaign on Facebook or on Google, what you get is a rush of users, okay? A rush of customers coming to your application to use it, to test it, to make it, to look at what it has to offer. That will require that you need to pump in more infrastructure to scale it up from maybe the 4 gigs to 8 gigs of RAM, from 8 gig to 16 gigs of RAM, or even more. Now, the concept of scaling is very important in making sure that your application is able to handle the amount of traffic and the amount of users coming into it. And there are two types of scaling that exist. So we have what we call the horizontal scaling and we have the vertical scaling. From the way it sounds, horizontal and vertical. Now I'm going to talk about vertical scaling first of all. Now vertical scaling involves where you increase the resources of the current running machine. For example, you have a 4 gig of RAM machine, okay, that you first set up, and then when customers come, what you do is that you increase it from 4 gigs of RAM to 8 gigs of RAM, or from 8 gigs of RAM to 16 gigs of RAM. Same thing for your CPU, from 1 core to 2 cores, 3 cores, 1 cores, 2 cores to 4 cores. So what that means is that you are increasing your resources, or you are scaling vertically. Okay, you are scaling vertically. But there is also another method of scaling called the horizontal scaling. Now, unlike the vertical scaling, you do not increase the resources of a single machine. Okay, you do not increase the resources of a single machine. What you do is that you add another machine or another server to that network and then share the load across the servers that you have added. And that's where the load balancing concept I talked about before. Just check the link below and you see what I talked about when I explained the meaning of load balancers. Now, what you need for your horizontal scaling to work properly is that you need to have a load balancer, which serves as the front-facing application server or web server that receives traffic. In this point, it becomes a load balancer and shares it across these 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 servers that are behind it, and then balances the load accordingly, so that the traffic is properly shared and your application has little or no downtime. Thank you very much for listening today. I talked about vertical and horizontal scaling, how vertical scaling is about adding more resources to what you have existing, while horizontal scaling is about adding more servers to your infrastructure and having a load balancer to receive the traffic and share it across the servers you have. Thank you very much for joining us this week. Have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget to follow us and like us and subscribe to our channel.